Oh yeah, down, show up, yeah, come on down next time, yeah, I'll be here waiting. Look at this place. It's a ghost town. I mean, test of strength. There's not, look it. Nobody. There is not one person here. I'm in this place. Look at what they've done to me. What's going on? Look at this place. It's an absolute ghost town. What are they doing to me? I mean, for real.
This is Stirring the Pot with Uncle John.
What's up, baby? It's the Fogman, and this is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid.
Now, odd, I must say, when you pull up, you're like, you're at the wrong address. I think everybody does for their first time.
At the same time, I think it's a little homey.
It is. Once you get in and you're used to the environment.
When you go in, it's a different look, but at the same time, it's very aesthetically complimentary.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, there's a lot of brick.
It gets crazy in here on training days.
It's nuts.
It is. It's really crazy out here.
It's crazy. We have,
it is.
so many people that take up these halls.
Yeah.
And you know, our actual school doesn't have much seating. I mean, I think we fit 40, 45 in there, but it's like it's never an empty seat. So
No,
it's always full. You can't walk. You know, there's people trying to get in. Unfortunately, as the GM, sometimes I have to turn people away, and it breaks my heart. So many performers come up and just want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody who is not a test of strength student who comes up to help make the test of strength student better than they were. You know, Drake Evans was a huge part of that. He helped us. So many guys. Ronnie Ribs. I could keep going. You know, I'll be here all day naming everybody who's come through. But thank you to every single one of you guys. We really appreciate it. I know sometimes things are chaos, but hey, we always make fucking chicken salad. You know? It's what we do. We make things, we make it work. And everybody's always calling, hey, when's the next show?
That's cool.
Can I get them?
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah. It is great. You know, we got guys that drive 3 or 4 hours to do us a favor.
That's so crazy, isn't it?
It's insane.
It is.
So we're very thankful, very grateful. We love you guys so much.
Well, I'd hate to take up any more time, but I'm going to ask you one thing before we go.
I got all the time in the world, Kincaid.
I think I said this during the Warden's one. This may be the longest one yet. I'm not sure. They feel so comfortable, and I could just keep going on and on. I'd like to know what brought Alex into wrestling in his life. Like, was it something specific? Your parents, your grandparents, some kind of memory way back when, like little Mr. GMIC, or was it something like you were a teenager? You said you were taking bumps with Saturn. I mean,
it's a combination of things.
Okay.
My grandmother, believe it or not, was a huge wrestler. I'm Puerto Rican by descent, and she would go to all the Congress Queen shows.
Okay.
In Puerto Rico. So she knew a lot of wrestling on a first name basis. You know? And she'd boo them and she'd smack them and she'd call them assholes, but they all love her, you know. And you know, she'd bring them food or whatever. There was wrestlers around constantly around my grandmother's house. And I was actually one of the few people that I personally know was able to see. There was a Brody wrestle live, and for that tragic accident in Puerto Rico. And I know it was an accident, but you know. And so wrestling was kind of always in my blood. And then growing up in New York City, you know, it's like it's New York City. Like there's
wrestling everywhere.
Everywhere, it's New York City. So I would go to any little show that I could go to, whether it was at the Boys Club or if I could get to the Garden. You know, however I could get in there by hook or by crook, I would go to shows. And then ECW happened. And ECW was fucking nuts. It was such a clusterfuck of chaos, and I was hooked. It was just like,
I think that's how a lot of people saw it, and it was like, this is the craziest shit I've seen, and I gotta watch it.
it was just insane. It was insane. It was just so much fun and so crazy. And then I don't think the music gets enough credit for ECW. Paulie masterminded that. He knew it, but I don't think the people so much realized it. That what drew them so much to ECW was the music. You know, I'm a hip hop head. I mean, I grew up on the same block with KRS-One. You know, so I was listening to hip hop my whole life. I didn't hear any metal or any of that, but it didn't matter because when I was in that crowd and the Sandman played,
You were all about it.
I knew every word. I lost my shit. You know, when gotta keep them separated.
Yeah,
and come on, it was just so fucking nuts. And I remember the commercial packages for the shows. There was so many things that the Pop 4 I wanted to be a part of. Simon Diamond, I was a huge fan of Simon Diamond. Just incredible, who I am very, very grateful I can call a friend. You know, it was very, very wild, very nuts. And being able to see Paulie mastermind things was big.
You know, I think ECW actually drew my dad back into wrestling. Because
I
he
believe
didn't
it.
watch for a while.
I believe it.
And I told him this crazy ass promotion called ECW. It's on MSG at 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays.
Yeah.
You know what? He was like, I go to bed way too early. There's no way I'm watching that shit. He would set his alarm just to watch ECW. And he still talks about that to this day.
I believe it. You know, it's like it's just so wild. And you remember all the violence. Yeah, whatever. Those are the stuff that I throw in. You know, my favorite ECW match was Jerry Lynn and Lance Storm at Anarchy Rules. And the whole match, the story of the match was that Lance was working a previous rib injury that Jerry Lynn had sustained from the 5-star frog splash and the battles of Van Dam. That continuity in storytelling was what made me love the business.
The characters of ECW were crazy.
Yes, and it's just things that made sense. And Jerry Lynn and Lance Storm worked, I want to say a good 20 minutes, maybe a little more. And it was incredible action. And the finish was a 3/4 Nelson roll where Lance Storm stretched out Jerry Lynn's rib cage and he couldn't kick out from the pain. What a beautiful story. What a perfect hero. And he had his own personal bitch. Shout out to Lance Storm. That's what I love.
We have gotten so much insight of one Mr. Alex Rojas right here.
And you know, it's you hear me cut the promos, you hear me, you know, everybody that knows me thinks I'm an asshole. I love you all, I'm just kidding 90% of the time. But it's like, I say it all the time, to all you guys that are professional wrestlers, the spots are cool. They don't really mean anything. You know, Tom Santel once told me, the moves don't mean shit. That's a quote. And he was right. It's the story you tell. As long as you guys remember stories over spots, remember to protect yourself and your opponent, you'll go far.
So the storytelling, if I may, because you're very high on storytelling, where does that come from?
Just my appreciation for wrestling. I mean, I remember going to all these ECW shows as a kid, and because I was a kid, I got some leeway, and I'd be able to see things in the back that most people didn't get to see. And I would see Paul's thinking process and the way he put things together, and the way he even worked the boards. Like, he was always working.
Oh yeah.
He was always, and I just found it fascinating. He was like a real life supervillain. He was Dr. Mindbender. He was. It was just it's crazy to see that, but I love that. And I remember that because of that, that's what I loved about wrestling. That's what I loved about Roddy Piper. The fact that it wasn't hokey at all. They were real. They were from the heart. The promos, the things that he did, everything he did had a purpose. There was a finish to it. Jake Roberts, you know, he had a point to make. you know, Mr. Perfect, just everything very calculated. You know, I was never a Hogan guy,
Okay.
but I loved the Macho Man. You know, and it wasn't just the elbow drop. It was the interactions with Liz.
It was everything.
It was the way that he was so paranoid almost in a way that everybody was out to get him, that he didn't trust anybody with anything, and that captivated me. Like that made me invested in that character. You know, it's sort of like why is Superman lame? Because he can do everything, and his villains are wrong. Why is Batman better? Because he's human, and there's a line in the sand that he won't cross. But everyone that's out to get him has no boundaries.
They never. Like,
And they're so humanly flawed in every single way. That same intrigue, that same, you know, draw that Batman's had for what, 80 years now? Pro wrestling is everywhere. So when people stop worrying about double moonsaults, 630 splashes, and 80 super kicks, you can really draw that art of wrestling, and it could become the best part of your life. It really can.
I haven't asked anybody this, and I really want. This is a perfect time to ask. The most overused wrestling move today.
It's easily the super kick, but there's a lot of things that are up there. I mean, the V trigger is everywhere now. That's the new super kick. The backstabber. So, shoot, a chop is kind of overused now. And I see guys bip on chops. Like,
Hey, whoa. Whoa.
but it's like, the spots aren't needed. The stories are. Keep your spots minimal. Make them mean something. I know the Young Bucks are the hottest thing in the world, but even the Young Bucks tell a story between the spots.
Interaction with the fans I think is one of the most. I mean, because again,
And don't insult your opponent. And I don't mean like, yes, insult them, cut promos on them, yes. But what I mean is, come on, you hit a big move, cover him. You know, if he's selling it, let us believe. Stop cramming shit down our throats just so you can show us that you're a gymnast. If we wanted to see gymnastics, we'd watch the fucking Olympics. Don't get me wrong. Hold on, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
There's guys that flip and work, and I'm all about that.
Yes.
I'm all about that. Do your spots, but time them.
Yes.
Space them out. Tell your stories. Don't kill your body. Don't hit 800 spots in 5 minutes. What's the next guy gonna do after you? Or what are you gonna show a new crowd the next week if they've already seen everything? You know, pace yourself. Work smarter, not harder. Really.
Do you like? I don't like to bring up like the bigger companies because people. It's almost like bringing up politics or religion nowadays.
Listen, if you don't like the WWE, fine. If you don't want to work for the WWE, kind of have a problem. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's like playing football and not wanting to be in the NFL.
Triple H always says, well, he takes from Vince.
Kowalski guy.
Very true. He takes from Vince's formula of need to tell the story, but it has to drag out.
And it has to flow.
Right.
You know?
Now with today's wrestling, because of the indie scene, there are so many wrestlers out there. And I'll use Impact Wrestling as an example because now their roster is a floating independent roster. And I know they do have their stories, but you can't tell that many stories in a short amount of time when you don't have a standard roster.
Right.
That's what I like about TOS.
Well, I mean, you know, we're a school first. You know, the promotion part of the TOS is still in its infancy. And while we have sold out every show that we've done, we're not sitting on those. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. It's about making our talent better than we were yesterday. Even the TOS title was designed with the student in mind. It was when we had the belt before we ran shows.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be kind of like our Student of the Month award.
All
where
right.
the guy who came in and busted his ass the most, that was his belt until somebody topped him. You know, and that was what it was. And then eventually, you know, the promotion came in and we got good enough where we could tell these stories and show them what to go. But that wasn't plan A for us. Plan A was
So Test of Strength has evolved.
always. That's all we do. I mean, it's our motto. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn. That's what we do. It's not a tagline. It's really our philosophy. It's evolution. It's life. It's what we do. You know, that's why we. And I hate to say this because I'm going to sound a little biased and I'm going to sound a little cocky, but that's why we are the best professional wrestling school around.
I see you get not just your students, you have other guys.
Oh, guys come and visit and they appreciate and they train with us. And
I've been here a couple times and I was like, whoa.
yeah, no, and we're grateful for it. Big Bacon Brad Hollister is training here with us. Jiggy Sosa, Marcos, Santiago, a lot of guys from Kevin Landry's school come and support us. Shout out to the Combine.
That's cool.
You know, guys from Beltane come down. Toto Loco's been here. Bo Douglas has been here. The natural Channing Thomas, who I don't know if you know or not, has skills on tap.
Yeah, on tap.
On tap.
On tap.
Kid is incredible.
He has. I'm glad you named that name, to be honest with you, before we close this out, because Channing Thomas, you could see what he could do in a ring, but he wasn't being taken seriously enough.
Well, and it's not so much that he wasn't being taken seriously.
His character?
It was that he didn't take himself seriously.
Oh.
For a while.
Okay.
And I'm the one that gave him the moniker of the skills on tap because I saw it. And I think that's one thing that Bo and Wagner and Thomas know about me, that I have a guy in the eye. And once he stopped being a frat boy, once he realized that he could go toe to toe with some of the best in the business, there's no reason for him not to evolve.
And he's turned it up.
Yeah, he's had incredible matches all over the place. He just got back from the UK. Sky's the limit for that kid, you know?
Yeah.
Keep your eyes to him. You'd be surprised. He'd be on Monday nights before you realize it.
Before we wrap this up, because you're the GMIC and you know so many, I mean, the names again, who are you looking at next, like to be the big one, the next big one? You got your eye on anybody? Or?
Are you asking me in the business in general, or the guys that we have here, or
I
guys that
think,
we work with?
well, in the business in general, I think is very vast, and it's kind of probably maybe too hard to pick at this point, but maybe in our local scene, to be honest with you, because the guys that we always see together, you know, the Sixes, and not just from TOS, you have other guys from a couple of smaller promotions. If there's anybody that you think that's, I mean, Elijah Six, we spoke very highly of him, like, he could be that guy.
And it's not he could be, he will be.
Okay.
That's without a doubt. Saying Elijah Six is a cheat code because he's the GOAT.
So maybe
already.
that's your pick?
No.
Okay.
Aside from Elijah Six,
Okay.
There's a couple of people. Right off the top of my head, as soon as he comes back and he's healthy, this kid is gonna change the game. I believe it in my heart. Matthias.
Dude, oh my God.
Matthias.
I cannot wait for Matthias to come back.
Matthias comes back. Hey, brother, when you come back, I got a title shot for you.
Whoa!
I can't wait for Matthias to come back. That's going to be insane. Marco Santiago, I'll say. Kid's got a huge upside. He looks like $7 million.
It kind of does.
You know, great attitude, hell of a worker. I can't wait to see what he does.
Matthias. Marcos. All right.
I think that Benny Jukes is going to change the game the way the Dynamite Kid did.
Wow. Okay. Benny Jukes.
The prize, Alec Price, sky's the limit for that kid. I think him and Elijah Six are going to be Eddie and Malenko. And
Wow.
if you don't believe me, that's fine.
Wow.
But that's what's going to happen. So those are my picks for local guys. And, 20 years from now, watch out for Lincoln Brown.
Lincoln Brown?
Lincoln Brown.
Lincoln Brown.
Lincoln Brown.
Who's Lincoln Brown?
Lincoln Brown is Wagner's son.
Oh!
And that kid already bumps like a champ.
Don't they call him the champ at the house or something?
He's got 3 straps already, man. Kid is unstoppable. It's like, Wagner was worried about, what if he goes down and he has to drop the tag titles? I said, send Lincoln out there. He'll be better than Recon. You know what I mean? No, that's another guy. No. All kidding aside, that's another guy.
We're just having fun.
Recon is amazing.
Such a nice guy.
Awesome, talented,
Love him.
crazy individual.
Yeah.
Him and Mike Skiros are going to lock down upstate New York before you guys even realize it.
Yeah. Well, I think we might have gone maybe an hour, and if we did, I'm gonna shit myself.
All right, well, real quick, since we have Undeniable,
Okay,
on
yeah,
Father's Day on
please.
Sunday, let's run by little predictions for you. What are you looking forward to?
What? Oh hell, oh hell, jabroni. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's a loaded question.
Okay. So you think him and Greg Jones got a shot against
Hey,
him?
Greg Jones! Dude, that is gonna be fun. I can't believe he's tag team with Greg Jones.
That's gonna be insane.
Did you do that?
That's gonna be great.
Did you do that, Greg Jones announcer? Greg Jones!
Don't that's gonna be don't underestimate those two guys.
No, I'm not.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm not.
I'm looking forward to Sammy Diaz returning.
All right, okay, let's just hold the phone real quick on Sammy Diaz thing. The hell happened with him hitting Jay Brown in the back with a chair, first off. And now he's just, whatever. And I love me some Sammy Diaz so much.
I can't speak for Sammy.
Now, I know you can.
I don't really know what
Whatever.
his train of thought is. All I know is that I think he, in his heart, felt that he was going to be the first ever Test of Strength champion, and he got hurt.
He did. I felt so bad.
And he's seen so many other people get their opportunities and rise up to the occasion while he's been sitting on the sidelines. And the Sammy Diaz that I know couldn't really stomach that. The kid is an ace.
He's come back.
He's
He's working.
He is the ace, and this guy works harder and smarter than anyone I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he's the Puerto Rican Shawn Michaels, for Pete's sake. He's so fucking good.
Wow, the Puerto Rican Shawn Michaels?
He's so good, and he hasn't even scratched like the surface of his potential. So I think that's what it is with him. I think he knows he's better than everybody else, and I think he feels cheated, and I think that's what's going on. But then again, I can't speak for him. You're gonna have to ask him.
And you're taking him for the win.
It's hard to bet against the ace.
Can I get your prediction of one?
Well,
What?
I think Jiggy Sosa is going to shock the world and show everybody that he really is the heart of the city.
Wow. So you're predicting right now that he's going to overcome this whole Danos era?
The truth is that I've thrown everything I
You
can
have.
at Dan the Man,
Yeah.
and he's unstoppable.
He is.
Like this, I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know what else to do. I mean, he cut the promo on somebody. He said it. You had a ref attack me, and you still couldn't get it done, Bobby Ocean. And Bobby Ocean's the most legitimate badass on earth, and he couldn't stop. He couldn't stop. He had another shot on Sunday. So did Wagner Brown. So did Ty and Shine.
That was.
And still, the face of my company is Dan the fucking Man.
Yeah, that I have.
So-
oh, go ahead, please.
So yeah, I was a little biased.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it could have just been Jiggy and Dan one-on-one.
Right.
But I got to stop.
I see this.
And honestly, I do believe Bobby could do it one-on-one. I think Dan just had him that one time, but
Huh?
but I don't know. I think Jiggy surprises us all.
All right, I'll take that because I don't want to see Dan champion anymore.
You're the only one.
Oh come on, please! I am definitely not.
Listen,
the only one.
I'm with you. I don't like Dan the Man, but our numbers
Good for business.
great for business.
Okay, all right. Let's get away from this whole Danos era. Ryan Frost, you have put him up against Ron Zombie. He's like the local hardcore icon in not just Connecticut and New England.
And never mind hardcore icon. Ron Zombie is the embodiment and the spirit of hardcore. But not only that, this man is a mat technician. You don't see it much because he's big and he'll beat you up and he'll make it easy. But
Okay.
no one is more multifaceted than Ron Zombie.
Really?
I mean,
I always see him a brute, like you're saying, a lot
But
of
this
power.
guy can chain, he can freestyle, he can Greco-Roman, he can do it all. He's so good, he just doesn't need to.
Okay.
But he's going to have to.
He's got Frosty on the table.
I don't know what it is about people that tend to dismiss Ryan Frost or just maybe not take him as serious as they can. I mean, Ryan Frost is the Ted Bundy of professional wrestling.
Whoa!
He is
Whoa.
he is so methodical and calculated and petty. He's just so determined that I don't see anything stopping him. So
He's always pissed off.
Ron's gonna have to really go into his bag of tricks, and I think the no DQ thing favors Ron Zombie.
Was
But then
that-
again, Hardcore's died at the hands of Ryan Frost.
Just Incredible was his latest victim, and that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah. So I hope you brought your running shoes, and I hope you packed a lunch, Zombie, because it's gonna be a long day for you come Sunday.
Wow. So, anything else on the prediction table here before?
Wagner's gonna kill me for saying this.
Oh no! Go ahead.
My money's on the Bellows.
Oh! That's what I was going with too. But come on, they want the power, they want the money, they want the bitches.
My money's on the Bellows.
Wow.
Wagner's gonna be upset, but my money's on the Bellows.
All right.
It's gonna be a hell of a show.
It is going to be so much fun.
Our guys are ready. They're hungry. They're hungry.
And so nice and local in Naugatuck.
Yeah, it's real close. It's Father's Day. Come on up. It'll be a good time. It's a great venue.
Yeah, man.
Pretty girls behind the bar. it'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Also, shout out to Cross and Rubicon who are gonna play us out. It's gonna be fun. Unbelievable show.
Cross the Rubicon, mixing the wrestling and rock together.
Yeah. Big shout outs to Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty Anarchy, one of my favorite people in the world. Another guy that I'm very, very privileged to steal from TJ Howe. To call a friend.
That's awesome because Scotty Anarchy's a great guy.
Great guy.
Right? Always showing the love.
Great guy. And even when he sucks, Genie's there. So
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
You know? So that'll be fun.
Hey, your thoughts on this new stupid ass caddy that's come about with TJ Howe the third?
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Whoa. Caddy is not just some stupid ass cat. Caddy proved his worth in spades at training. I don't know. So I think that TJ Howe III is very dangerous.
He's another one.
He's very, very dangerous. Incredibly skilled in the ring. The fact that he's a spoiled rich brat.
He wears shark socks.
They cost $400 each sock.
Yeah, I know. I can't even.
Each sock.
Yeah.
So it's like I've never worn $800 socks in my life. So what? I mean, some people grew up with a silver spoon. His was platinum. You know what I mean? So I can understand his hunger because he can get that criticism that he never had to work for him. But he's more than capable of getting the job done. And
A lot of fun watching TJ lately.
TJ is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And that's not just because his dad wrote me a note in his chat.
Not even little?
No, not even a little.
Okay.
At Training Day 23rd, it was a whole lot. But he proved to me that he was worth his weight in gold. So look out for TJ Howell III and any other promotions out there that are looking for guys that will make your guys better than they are. He's the guy to call. So.
Well, Mr. Rojas, is there anything that you would like to share with the fans? Anything about TOS, spell time, whatever is on your mind before we close this out? Because this has been an absolute pleasure, and this has to be at least an hour runtime. This has to be.
All right, well, real quick. First and foremost, I want to thank you.
Oh, no, thank you,
I want
sir.
to thank you.
Thank you.
And Foggy, if you're out there, I want to thank you. I want to thank Deanna Ray. I want to thank Dan Gore. I want to thank the Belltime Club. I want to thank Sheldon Goldberg. I want to thank everybody out there who makes this business better than what it was and what they do for people. Shout out to the Radish Sisters for all love and support.
Aren't they fun?
They're amazing. Thank you for my birthday cake. I'm very, very.
Oh, that was
very,
amazing.
Yeah, that was touched.
The Radish
Yeah,
Sisters.
yeah,
Are you
man,
kidding me?
That was beautiful. So I want to get that out the way.
Yes, sir.
Second, I want to remind you all that it is June and it is Pride Month, and anyone that you love that lives an alternative lifestyle in yours, the entire LGBTQ plus community, we love you all. Wrestling is for everyone, and so is life. Celebrate all love, no matter what it is. And third, this Sunday, June 16th, Taz Racks in Naugatuck, Father's Day will indeed be undeniable.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Every single show at TOS is always a blast.
Thank you.
I cannot, honestly, I really can't thank you enough for the time we've spent here and just shooting the
Anytime, brother.
Mr. Alex Rojas, this was Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very, very special guest, Mr. Alex Rojas, the GMIC of Test of Strength Wrestling.
What's up, baby? It's the Fogman, and this is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid.